Empire Baron here. Thank you all for joining me. I have a very special presentation for you today. As you'll see, this video is a little bit longer than the normal ones, and I have been following TheMistaa, his stream earlier today, and now I have a high quality game from the observer mode, or that we've set up, I guess you could call it, on this 2v2 map from his perspective. And then after this, they will be first person point of view videos from his perspective, and I have about 4 or 5 of them up. So if you want to skip ahead, go ahead and skip ahead a little bit and you'll see those first person point of views. If not, I have a very exciting game, Egyptian versus Egyptian. IGiveUAnxiety is in yellow, and that will be his opponent. We see this gear for TheMistaa Scout, high damage output, and then a big line of sight bonus. You go back and you see he's already collected 2 cows, and you see his Priestess of Ra has that Ra Optum Scepter of Divine Light. That is the one in the Epic store, I believe, and the Blessed Tunic, and also the Prayer Beads for the plus training time and the less cost. So that's an interesting one. Alright, so now we see 2 more cows coming in for TheMistaa. As I said, I have a bunch of his games coming up. Those are ranked games from his incredible streak that he's been holding on. It's up to 74 games as of the last game that you will see on there, and he has just been so strong. There's a bunch of good name players up there that he plays against, and it's a really good strategy to pay attention to and focus on the subtleties of it. We see the Temple of Ra going down. I'm going to get a quick perspective of all his gear, because during the first person point of view you don't really see it. So you see he has the Tree Splitter, so that's an interesting one to have on there, plus bonus speed and 12% on all of that, and movement speed bonus. The Alligator Hide Chitin, and then also the Play-Doh selection tool, so you get a big line of sight minus training time. We go around. This is sheltered pass map, so you'll see it has this choke point here and this choke point here. Very important to control the line of sight of. You see he's just upgraded to that age. He has that Temple of Ra there. Minus 9% build time. That is a good building to have that on. That first, you see 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and he's got that building up. IGiveUAnxiety is not far behind, just reached the Bronze Age, and so we will see now how these 2 players' strategies go about it. I haven't watched too much IGiveUAnxiety, and I know he's been around quite a bit through beta and through this game's creation, so it'll be exciting to see these 2 great players go at it. A stables is going down, so pretty regular stuff here. We've been seeing those camel riders have been very strong, just ambushing and keeping control of this map, especially on the sheltered pass map. You could just transfer your units so quickly through here, rally at that point, and you just take map control. So now he's on IGiveUAnxiety's side, stealing some of his cows. He hasn't even covered this corner of his map yet, and we will see very shortly, I'm sure, TheMistaa go in and find the base of IGiveUAnxiety somewhere in this general vicinity. So now we see the makeup of the TheMistaa's base here. He has 3 villagers over on the gold mine. He's getting cows here, and as I've noted in the other videos or to come, it's very important to try to get off these berry patches, get on these cows. He's getting a steady supply of houses up. Very important to remember. Keep that checklist going in your head. Now we see the base of IGiveUAnxiety, also with that stable going down. I only see 1 stable, but we see that storehouse is being empowered. We go back to the base here. There's no empowerment here yet. Empowerment on wood and on the food here, but we have some villagers just standing around while TheMistaa comes and looks, and he's microing around. Look at those camel riders, so gorgeous. I mean, look at those camel riders. And you see that gear, the golden spear of the sun, the high horse armor, and those boots, 7% bonus and speed. Now he's come over here and he's going to start getting the berries. He's run out of cows. A couple more cows are on their way. Still not there yet, but as I said, very important to take map control, get a better look at those camel riders. All right, so now we are going to go on with this game, we see a little bit more into the base of IGiveUAnxiety. He doesn't have quite interesting though. These are 24 boots with an 8% movement speed bonus. And you see these boots are 7% movement speed, except these are epic level 40 and these are uncommon level 24. Very interesting. I don't know if that's meant to be that way. Here's the base of IGiveUAnxiety, excuse me, and he has 2 stables pumping out as well. His scout is out here now. He's going to see the scout of TheMistaa and try to take that down, realizing it's already down to half life. But TheMistaa is going to send in these cavalry to help these camel riders. Well, okay, so the scout just wanted to push TheMistaa away a little bit. But look at IGiveUAnxiety. He has a rather large force here. He's a little bit outgeared, maybe just slightly. Let's see the spear that he carries. It doesn't look quite as epic. We see here cavalry bonus, critical damage, 11%. So this is quite a bit more powerful here for TheMistaa. And now he's going to really start getting these forces together. He's jockeying. He's pumping out of 3 stables now. So here comes a little push here. We have some villagers coming up with this force for IGiveUAnxiety. We get a look at the villagers for IGiveUAnxiety. Not anything too special. And now we are seeing TheMistaa. He's going to retreat here a little bit, build up his forces, and we have still the 3 stables, and he has got it looks to be 7 villagers, 8 villagers here on gold, about 6 here on food and 3 here on food. His wood line is about 8 or 10, and now he's going to start this push with these cavalry here. And here we are, our first major engagement. Camel riders versus camel riders. Let's see which side of camel riders withstands this punishment. And it looks pretty even so far, but I don't know. It looks like TheMistaa is got quite a bit more. That gear is tough to overcome. Plus, he had, I think, him outnumbered. And there's the resignation. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoy the videos to come. Keep posted. There's lots more on here. So thanks for watching. Empire Baron out. Hello everyone, Empire Baron here. Thank you for joining me. I have some footage here from the stream of TheMistaa. I am watching it live as we speak. He is playing against Remember This in a ranked match, 1v1 ranked match. I apologize about the quality a little bit. As I said, it is a stream, so we will get to see from first-person point of view TheMistaa's video, and this should be very interesting. Remember, this is a very strong player, has been geared very well. There's a couple other videos up on the channel of Remember This. So this should be an interesting matchup. TheMistaa had just come off of that win in our gsports.com tournament. So if you haven't checked out that footage yet, that was a really great game. And I'm excited. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you more of these. You can look now at this game here. TheMistaa in blue, and as I said, first person point of view. We see this is the sheltered pass map, so he is just going around trying to find them herdable animals. You see his positioning on that first storehouse over by the wood there, and still all berries because he has no herdable animals. And now that first not exactly sure what that was, but we're getting a little view of Remember This's base. As I said, this is the stream, so TheMistaa is one of those active players. He has very fast APM, switching from YouTube to Age of Empires and still owning everybody. Alright, so that scout is now making its way around, and we see the Greek base of Remember This, building that storehouse out by the berries. You see this extremely high APM of TheMistaa. StarCraft is a game that has helped a lot of players in this genre, and Age of Mythologies. I'm sure AOM and all of those RTS games, just all of that experience combined, that is one of the key parts of this RTS game. Real-time strategy. The faster you do things and the less time that you waste, the better off you will be in the end. You see now he's going to hide that storehouse a little bit back on that wood line, it's good to try to find a location on that storehouse where it will be a little bit more surrounded by trees. This way you won't have to build another storehouse quite so soon, and your villagers will still be able to move around freely and smoothly to that storehouse. We're getting the a barracks, I believe, yes, a barracks go down for Remember This. So we are seeing that, and a barracks for TheMistaa, who has now got that priestess of the Temple of Ra out, has pumped out his first priestess. You see over on that wood and gold line, that priestess is on that storehouse. And I've said that before. It seems that the strategy is to not try to conserve gold there and just build that priestess. And first you get it on wood, it seems, and now he's taken it off that wood and gold line and has moved it to the far wood line, and now he's probably going to make another one very shortly here to start pumping out that gold. You see, there he goes, empowering that storehouse on his wood line. And we see his stables has gone down, so he's going to get stables for them camel riders. And he is also going to get some axemen and some slingers, it appears. So we are seeing now he is going to push. Nope, he is just going to be content to defend. He has a very good line of sight on the base of Remember This. So he knows what's coming. Now he's going to start moving this base up. And he's moving his rally point up. And he's going to start macroing out these units and putting this pressure on here. We are seeing, as I said, this is a ranked match, so we're seeing how he is getting these really long winning streaks going on. Pay close attention to the timing of his build, the resources in the top. You can still see just barely the resources, how many villagers he has on each resource. And all of this is really important information to take into consideration when you're going on and making these pushes. You see now some Hypas and some Toxotes are coming in trying to take out that scout, and we're going to see Axemen and Slingers come in. A very even combination here for both players. Let's see how these Greek and Egyptian units fare up against each other in even situation. TheMistaa is going to do some microing here. He's going to have his slingers go in and try to take out these archers. Very good. He can keep the slingers out of the range of those Hypas, and then then try to take out the Toxotes, and then keep the Axemen in the back, so he can now go and take out the Hypas. Remember This saw that and retreated those units back to the safety of his town center, and we are seeing now a stables go down. So we are seeing TheMistaa has 3 barracks. I thought that was the stables going up, but it was a barracks. And now he's going to start getting with his stables. So let's see now. He has quite a bit of foot troops here. And let's see how he transitions into this mid-game. That was a very nice push. He didn't get too much done, but he didn't also take too much losses. Put a little bit of pressure on Remember This. Force him into his base. And then now he can really start to macro out these forces and just macro out his economy and make the best use of it he can. You see, he still does not have a priestess on that gold, so that is interesting to note. Well, maybe that was what is going out right now. Yep, there it is. There's the priestess on that gold, and he's now up to that next age. So he put that push on. Now he's taking he has line of sight down the middle, and I see a little bit of red coming up the map here. Here it is. Hypas and Toxotes are coming up the map, but I think they are severely outnumbered by TheMistaa's troops here. TheMistaa now is going to sit back in his base a little bit and wait for this force from Remember This to come. And let's see if Remember This has what it takes to push through. Now that first chariot archer is out. What a poor timing push here for Remember This, who is just going to be severely outnumbered here. Let's see how this battle takes place. Remember This sees that chariot archer and turns and runs instantly, realizing I am outnumbered. I am going to turn and just be content to stay in this game for the time being. We're seeing another chariot archer come out, and another stables went down. Some more houses go down in the back, and some stone being... Nope, no, a little bit of stone. I believe that was 3 or 4 villagers getting stone. Now he's going to come out and get these berry units out here. Or no, he's changed his mind to the huntable animals unit in the north. So let's see now how he progresses from here. You see how he manages his wood line. As I said, tuck that storehouse back deep inside of there and you won't have to worry about it. He's got some camel riders out now. And we will see how he decides to put this attack on. Here he goes. He's going to put a little rush on here. Just wonderful. He knows that the rallying point for these troops is a little bit further up the map. So he can pick them off there one by just sneaking through. That is such a sneaky little strategy. And something that you have to pay attention to when you set your rally point to the middle of the map. Always, especially on Sheltered Pass, try to keep line of sight on the other side, the other choke point to the eastern side of that the middle cliffs. Because you never know what's going to sneak around. We see, remember this, has his units far up into that western choke point. Now let's see. I'm not sure what he's doing here. He's going to try to pull the units a little bit away and do a little bit of hit and run damage here. And remember, this is not going to go for it. He's going to choose to push on the force here, and he is going to get completely surrounded here. He is stuck right there. What a little pinning maneuver by TheMistaa, bringing some archers around the side. Let's see if, remember this, has what it takes to push through. I think, remember this, is going to be pretty much out of luck here with this push. These Toxotes are sitting still pretty good in the middle. And let's see. I'm not sure how this battle is taking place. We're seeing more reinforcements come in just in the nick of time for TheMistaa and push these Toxotes back down the map through this choke point here on the western side. Let's see how far TheMistaa pushes and what kind of defense that remember this has been setting up while this attack was taking place. Now TheMistaa is going to stay in chase with these chariot archers. And he keeps the main part of his force back, and now he's going to sneak some of these chariot archers around. Just goes to show in these games how important the harass is. Harass, harass, harass. Try to get a sneaky attack in the back of your opponent's base when they're not expecting it. Then you can not only do economical damage, but distract their forces so they send amount of forces to deal with that kind of harass. Then if you attack them in the front, they are completely unprepared and you will just be able to overwhelm them in a matter of short work. And I feel that is what TheMistaa is trying to do. He is just closing in now on, remember this is based with that small group of about 4 chariot archers. While he builds up his base, there we go, 5 or 6 chariot archers. We see completely epic gear on those chariot archers. Just goes to show how important he spent gearing up those chariot archers. Here he goes. He's going to take out these huntable animals. That is some sneaky play. As I said, harassment is key in this game. If you lose map control, then you will have to protect your huntable animals because you won't have them defended as well, and they're way out in the open. You saw that wall go down for TheMistaa, and that is to stop those similar harasses. He wants to make sure that he just did that. He gave, remember this, in essence, the idea. He wants to make sure it doesn't happen to him. So he puts a wall down, and that will enable him a little bit extra time to know when that ambush is going to be coming. We see now he's transferring into farms, and he's going to expand out to this other gold mine here, and he's going to get the rest of his chariot archers here. Look at that chariot archer force, and he is going to split them into 2, foot soldiers into 1, chariot archers into the other. Another strong strategy, make sure you hotkey them so that you can separate those forces, because if you keep them as one unit, then they will all go the speed of your slowest unit. And the main bonus that those chariot archers get is the fact that they are so fast. And here comes the force, so remember this. Let's see if he decides to push on anymore. We see a lot of Toxotes in that force. Remember this, I don't think that he is going to do it. I'm not even sure if that's the proper counter to these chariot archers. And because look at how quickly they overwhelm those Toxotes, and then they just deal so much damage, and they can catch up with them so fast that those Toxotes can use barely any kiting at all. If anything, the kiting is solely in TheMistaah's, and he's on the attack. We're seeing now a citadel go down in the middle of the map as TheMistaa is trying to gain map control. Now he's going to completely wall off that area. That is the reason why you put wall in your tech tree. That reason right there, because it will help you stop against these ambushes, allow you to get hurtable animals, mine gold that's more distant from your town center, and you will be able to feel secure that you won't have to pay attention to it as much. If you look on the base, if you look on the mini-map, you'll see little red dots come near your wall because it does have a little bit line of sight, and then you will know that you need to move some forces that direction. Now we see around where he had all those hurtable animals, he's just going to lay out farms and really start to spread out across this map. And now we see, remember, this is starting to push here a little bit, but it is going to be really hard with just Oxotes to break that citadel. Remember, this is now going to have to flee the other direction and really start to build up. That was it. Remember, this has resigned, realizes he is just so outmatched. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the cast of TheMistaa and Empire Baron out. Everyone, Empire Baron here. Thank you for joining me. I have another game up for you from TheMistaa. Finally, we will be playing somebody else. I'm not exactly sure who it is. It's red. The quality's not amazing, but we will be following TheMistaa, and we will see as this game moves on. The skill, they are level 40, and this is another ranked match. TheMistaa is trying to match his previous record streak of around 90 games. You see, as you see, he is streaming live, so he says he is going to do a crazy start now. So let's see some craziness from TheMistaa. He's going to go for that gold mine and wood line out in the far north of his base. Let's see what, I'm curious what craziness is. He says, stream will close in 35 minutes. If more than 30 viewers come, he'll keep it for 1 hour. Alright, so he's trying to find some people to get on the stream. There you go. I am going to give him a quick shout out right now. I will post on the bottom of these videos, or this video, however I choose to do it, on YouTube channel, the link to TheMistaa. He's a really strong player. Really, he has a YouTube channel as well. And go over there, check out some of his videos, and at the same time get on his stream and see some of his games. You might see it on his stream and then again by me, or you know, I'm not always on his stream. This is actually the first time I have been casting games from his stream, and the quality is a little bit rough, as you can see. You know, we have to deal with it right now. Very soon we'll have observer mode, and I guess I should shut up about observer mode at this point. They know that we're looking for it, but just keep putting the pressure on Microsoft for the things that you want in this game, because that seems to be how they're making their decisions. You know, let them know, be active in the forums, be active in the community, and the game will grow. Alright, so to this game, we see TheMistaa is getting early stone. So very interesting strategy from TheMistaa. I'm not exactly sure. In the tournament when we saw him get early stone, it was because he was preparing for a villager rush. And I'm not sure if that's what he thinks is coming, because he's still going on with that as normal. No, that's not what's coming, because he's going to get this Temple of Ra going now. So he'll get to that next age upgrade a little bit later than usual. So let's see what he is going with. This should be interesting to see that early stone. Maybe a sort of tower rush, or he's going to... I'm not sure. Let's see. So we are seeing him just clear up this map, sheltered pass again. So we are gonna get, we really didn't get too much of a view of the base of the enemy here, the red opponent. But they are the Greeks, which I've been reading the chat a little bit. People are saying that it's pretty imbalanced between Greek and Egyptian, and it's been showing a lot. We don't really know if it's just because TheMistaa is really strong, or if it's just really because the Greeks are that weak at this time. But we have been promised a patch soon, so very soon we will see something. They said the beginning of September. Well, it's almost the end of the first week of September, so very soon we should be seeing it, if it's not already up by the time this video is released. So almost the whole map is now cleared up for TheMistaa, and it's getting a little bit blurry here because he is starting to really move around pretty fast. You see the chat. Remember, this is on the chat now in the stream, but now he's not playing this game. You wonder, remember this was watching the stream before and wouldn't even really need to scout at that point. Just watch the stream. That is cheating, by the way. Anyways, back to the game. So we're seeing these cows now start to fill in now for TheMistaa, who is just proving how important it is. We see a hypa for the red opponent, the red Greek. A couple of houses go down. I'm not sure of the strength of this Greek player. Without any attack going on, we see the points start to dwindle a little bit. So TheMistaa trying an interesting strategy, but not for lack of risk, I don't think. But we'll see. He's gonna fast age now. So that was his funny build. He's gonna get up to a fast age and maybe try for, I don't know why he's getting stoned like that from the early get-go, what that is benefiting him from. But we will see. Maybe he's gonna go in with mass elephants or something of the nature there, or he's just gonna go straight cherry riders and no, he's gonna go mass elephants. I think he is trying to get there it is. He is going mass elephants, going straight to the third age in the 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and he is going to be building a citadel. Now, you can only do this if you pretty much have people scared crapless out of you so that you don't get attacked by anybody. But I wouldn't recommend this build to everybody at home. Kind of, if anybody follows Day 9, a Fun Day Monday kind of deal. Fun Day Monday on, I don't even know what day it is. That's a gamer's life, I guess, huh? Anyways, so this is going to be interesting here. And we will see. It is Monday. Labor Day, actually. Yeah, I should know. Should know that. But we are going to see the elephants come out here. He is going to have one military unit, and it is going to be an elephant. I wanted to put expletive there. I won't use the expletive, but I wanted it there because there's only an elephant on the field for TheMistaa. An elephant and 30 villagers. So those hypas could have come in with a little. If the hypas of this red opponent were paying attention, they could have swarmed in there and just slaughtered TheMistaa if they had any kind of scouting done. This opponent is gonna go, huh? Elephants already? And they're on the move. So let's see very shortly. These elephants are on the move. I'm pretty curious to see how this works out. He's gonna get some more here. And now it's to the point where those hypas lost their moment of opportunity, their window of opportunity, because now those elephants are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Look at the epic gear. The super epic gear on those elephants right now are just going to cause so much confusion for Red, who has got some hypas. Pretty much the worst counter to elephants that you can have. Hypas are good against infantry units. If he had went with the spearmen, that would have been the only way he had a chance here. But now this is going to be a rough finish for the red opponent, and we will very shortly see who this red opponent is when they resign. Oh, and TheMistaa, not only that, is going to sneak around the back, he's going to distract in the front and then just sneak around the back and go right for the town center. The opponent is just adoy. Elephants? At the 7-minute mark, you have elephants? What in the world is going on here? But you see it. It is real. No cheating here. Let's see, this town center is about to go down from 3 elephants. And, oh no, what a Derek is. Oh my goodness. And I didn't even see the name of the player it was, but that was rough for them. Anyways, I will be back with hopefully another game. He said he's going to be streaming for about another 35 minutes, so we might get another game or two in here. Empire Baron out.